Hello, hello, hello. It's me, Mr. Gray, back at you with Creasonomics. As always, glad to be back. As always, it's been too long. Today, well, first, let's acknowledge the fact that I have a haircut. I think that's the most beautiful thing a man can have. Anyway, we're going to try to jump right into it with, I like to ramble. So I'm going to try to jump right into it. So what are we going to talk about today? What we're going to talk about is we are going to pick, or I'm going to pick, the best SB dunk from each box era. And yes, these are my favorites, or my favorite from each box era, but I think several of you may agree, but there's so many good dunks out there that it's really, really hard to pick. I just want to let you guys know, or you dunk experts know in advance, I am not a dunk expert. Maybe I'm a little bit on the bandwagon of dunks. I like dunks now. Shut up. I mean, yes, it's always been Jordan, but it's dunks are now. I still buy Jordans. I mean, of course, I have plenty behind me. But dunks are also, of course, on everybody's radar these days. Of course, a lot of people like to give credit to Travis Scott, which angers some people because they said they were on the map before people noticed. Whatever, that's neither here nor there. I don't really care who put them on the map. All I know is that there's a lot of nice SB dunk or dunk in general collaborations or just colorways that I love. So anyway, let's get on into it, to my list of the top dunks in each box era. So the orange box era. My favorite dunk is the Reese Denim Low. The Supreme Black Cement was in that era, and for most, that's probably their favorite. But that Reese Denim, to me, I have the Reese Denim High, which of course is not considered as notable as the Low, but it looks practically the same except it's a high, and I love it. The fact that I was able to afford the high is the reason why I have the high. Now let's move on to the silver box. I'd say the SB high, the Floms, well, they're only coming high. The SB Flom. Anytime you use currency to outline the pattern of a shoe, it doesn't get any better than that. So of course the shoe is outlined with different currencies from different countries, and like I said, that right alone, it just makes it a very amazing shoe for me, period. There's several other notable sneakers in the silver box era, so to not mention them would probably be like a slap in the face to dunk lovers. So the Iron Maiden, which I wouldn't mind having, the Parises, which sell for like $25,000, which I'm not even gonna say I want them. I mean, hype says I want them, but I don't really want them. I just know that they're worth a lot, and that's, everybody knows that. I think they're, if I recollect, and once again, anybody feel free to correct me in my comments. I'm not above reproach. I believe there were only 25 made. I'm not positive, but anyway, that's the number. For some reason, that's on the top of my head. Also in the silver box, these are my top. My top one is the Flom from the silver box era, but these are notable ones that should be mentioned or people go crazy. So like I said, Iron Maidens, the Paris. There's two Heineken colorways, which of course are also very popular, and there's a few more other ones that should be mentioned that I'm not going to get into. Moving along to the pink box era, my favorite are the tie-dyes. First of all, I like tie-dye. I don't know if it's because maybe sometime around the time I was born-ish, maybe-ish, tie-dye was a little bit popular. But anyway, I like tie-dye and a lot of different things, so those are going to be my favorite. Now, a lot of people would say I am crazy because what also came out in the pink box era was were the Pigeons, which of course started riots and got shut down. That release got shut down. And then the Uncles, or the Dunkles, whichever you want to call it. The Uncles are very, very popular. I personally am not, and God knows I might get my page shut down by this. I personally am not in love with the Uncles, but a lot of people are. Actually, most dunk lovers love them. They're just not my favorite. Like I said, the tie-dyes are my favorite from the pink box era. Now, moving on to the black box era, I love the milk cartons. I mean, you took the resemblance of a missing person on a milk carton and you put it on a shoe. I don't think if that's not original, I'll be honest with you, I don't know what it is. I think a very popular colorway for people for the black box era really was the Quasimodos, but man, I'm gonna get slapped by everybody on the internet for everything I say today. But you know what it is, what it is. The Quasimodos are just kind of boring to me. But like I said, the milk cartons, they're just it's just an original idea. I've yet to get a pair of those. I do want some. I've been looking at used ones, and I think I'll get them eventually. Now, the gold box era. These ones I really, really want, but almost like the Parises, they're like a $10,000 to $25,000 sneaker that I will never see. So the gold box era, my favorite are the Freddies. I hated Freddie growing up. He messed up every night's sleep for me for who knows how many years. But anyway, as an adult, I'm no longer afraid of Freddie. But those shoes are a very important part of my childhood, so it's like I really wish I could have them, but you know, I will probably more than likely not be able to have them. Interesting story, and like I said, I'm not a dunk expert, but I do know several things, and so feel free to correct me, dunk experts, in my comments. But from what the rumor is, you know, of course, the people that own the whole Freddie, you know, I guess copyright and such, did not approve of these dunks being made, of course, in, you know, Freddie's the sweater pattern that he wore. So the Nike had to scrap it. The rumor was that Nike was going to burn them, and several sneakers got away, as happens with sneakers in this world. But a very, very, very notable sneaker that is in the gold box era is the What the Dunk. I love the What the Dunk, so I'm not gonna lie, it was very hard for me to decide if the Freddie or the What the Dunk should be my favorite of the gold box era. But the Freddie has such an inkling to my past because of watching all the movies and being scared to death, scared that I was going to get murdered in my sleep by Freddie, a person that did not actually exist, that I was like, I gotta have this shoe. And anyway, that's what skyrocketed to the top of my list for the gold box era. Now the blue box era, one I still want, and has recently, as most dunks, the price has doubled, I think, within the last 60 to 90 days, are the Skunks. I love the Skunks. I love the original Skunks. Who doesn't? A lot of people do. It's a simple colorway, but I love it. It's not really much to say about it. It's just a good looking shoe, man. You see it, you either love it or you hate it. And I don't really know anybody that hates it, just to be completely honest. Very, very notable shoes that dropped in the blue box era are the blue and the yellow yacht lobsters. So to not mention them would also get me slapped. I'm gonna get a lot of slaps today. But one of the other notable ones is the Cheech and Chong, the highs. The taped box era. So this is gonna probably, yeah, once again I'm getting slapped. For my top one, I put in the Supreme Red Cement, but to be completely honest with you, I didn't necessarily care for any of the sneakers in the tape box era. I just know that the Supreme Red Cement, of course, was a very popular shoe. It's just not one of my favorites. I don't hate or love Supreme. I'm just indifferent. I'm entitled to that, I would hope. Now the teal box era, that was pretty much like last year, and I don't know how far back. I think it was maybe it was just last year, and possibly the year before. Now there was so many drops that year. My favorite, which I do have here, are the Walk the Dogs. The Walk the Dogs just have so much going on in them. You know, they have that green like the grass. They have the different dog furs. They have the Nike swoosh that has the same exact, which is the same exact material of a dog leash. I mean, the little dog tag on the back. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. Although there are a lot of great drops that were in the teal box era that have to be it would be horrible if I didn't mention them. So I'm gonna go through them. The Ray Guns in black and white. I have both of those. They're just amazing to me. I guess I've seen the original Ray Guns. I mean, who hasn't? Because technically, if you're looking at the black and white ones, the black and white tie-dye ray guns, you can see, what they were like, or if you can go online and look at them. But the original ones, I thought they were okay. I think I may have liked them until I saw the what I'm gonna call the remix version of them, which came out the end of last year. I like the tie-dye versions much better. And I'm glad they kind of remixed / rebooted it, because it's something that I love. I've worn the black ones. I have not worn the white ones yet. They're on ice for a little while, just because it's hard for me to rock those, because they are the most they were a lot more limited. I will wear them eventually. Shut up. The Solans. Okay, so the Solans, they generated a decent amount of buzz. They're highs. But why were they important to me? Once again, as all of these are unique, I like the way they had the snake leather on it. I liked how they had that little fuzzy swoosh on it. But outside of the fact of what it looked like, it dropped on my birthday. I already knew I had wanted it, but the fact that it dropped on my birthday made the Solan that much more special. Also very notable, green and purple lobsters. I'm not a diehard for any of the lobsters. I mean, if one fell in my lap for a good price, I'd definitely go for it, but it's not something I personally need in my collection. Another slap in the face for me. The Canary Diamond and the Black Diamonds. Yeah, the Canary Diamonds people, of course, went crazy for. I don't know what it was. Some sneaker conference. I'm not sure which it was. They were supposed to release a few there, because they were extremely limited. And I think what is it? I don't know. Fights broke out or whatever, but I think they shut that down. So now most people probably had to buy those eventually through the secondary market. They were about near impossible to get. The prices on those were insane, of course. And moving on to the least, the last on the list, but not the least, the stripe box era, the era we are in now, the one that's happening. And before I actually tell you what my favorite is, and whatever you read on this box, that's not my favorite. Before I go into that, I just want to say that at the beginning of this year, when the Travis Scott dunks came out, everybody in every sneaker forum I follow, whether it was a dunk forum or just a generic sneaker forum, was like, Travis Scott, sneaker of the year, sneaker of the year. Look, guys, it was February. February got darn airy. We had 10 more months to go. You can't have it's just like saying LeBron played his first game of the season. Okay, well, I'm not going to use LeBron. I'm going to use Zion. Let's just say Zion played his first game of the season. He has 90 games to go, and we're saying Zion is the best player of the year. Well, the season hasn't finished. We don't really know what else is left to come. For all we know, I don't know, anybody. Anthony Davis could all of a sudden lose his mind and become the best player of the year. But my point is, even that's even a bad example, because you know all the players out there. But with sneakers, you don't even know what has not been released yet, so you don't know what is better to come. So what I'm humbly asking people is to stop naming a sneaker of the year before the end of the year. Can we just wait for them 365 days to pass and then say, as we have accumulated every single sneaker in the year, now this is the sneaker of the year. So anyway, I cannot claim a sneaker of the year because the year is not over, but I can claim so far of the stripe box era what has come out. My favorite that I was not able to get, and I should have bought it before the price rise, because now I'm not paying what the prices are, the Strangeloves. I love the Strangelove. So yes, the pink. I've heard a lot of guys say that they just don't rock with pink like that. Well, I do. I rock pink all the time. I could care less. It's just the color I like. I like a lot of colors, and that's in the top 5 of my colors. That would be my favorite of the stripe era so far. But, of course, yes, other notable ones have dropped this year. The first of them that I would consider notable that dropped this year was the Travis Scotts. Of course, everybody went crazy for those. Then there were the reverse skunks. Why is that my number one? First of all, there was 420 of them. It was very rare. I really wanted it. I really didn't get it. But let's just put it like this. I like the original skunks. it would have been nice to have the reverse skunks, but the originals would be perfect if I were ever to get them. I don't need the 420 ones because I wouldn't sell them if I had them. But my point is, I know other people are like, why wouldn't you want them? They're so valuable. Well, I don't want them because they're valuable. I just want them because they look good. But the originals to me are the best, and you know that would be all I need. Of course, it'd be nice to have both, but you know I'm not trying to be greedy. If I just get one day for a decent price, I'll go for that. So that's my top. That's not my top. What am I saying? Sorry. The Strangelove is my top of our current stripe box area that we are currently in, stripe box. But like I said, the other noticeable ones, Travis Scott's, the reverse skunks, and more recently, of course, we all know, are the Chunky Donkeys, which just came out from skate shops. I think last Saturday. I caught all kind of L's there, and then they came out this week Tuesday through Nike sneakers, and everybody caught an L there. So yeah, that's why I pre-ordered. Anyway, so I'll get them on pre-order way later in the year, so I'm not even really thinking about that, concerned with that. I'll get them when they get here, and I'll know that I've paid way about a quarter, probably way less than a quarter of what everybody else paid. Whatever. Either way, I'll be getting them. Just so once again, that's the striped box area, the one we're currently in. There's still releases coming. A notable one that I'm excited about that's coming. At least two I think of. I know the SB Dunk Elephant, which is gonna be, I hadn't seen it in a while. I think it has some teal in it and an elephant print, of course, elephant. That comes out way later in the year, according, once again, Nike is subject to move anything. At the moment, that's more so of a rumor, but regardless of that, I pre-ordered that just in case it does come out. If it doesn't, I get my money back. But another one that I'm ready for are the Strawberry Coughs. And it made sense. Nike moved the release date. It was supposed to drop on 420, but Nike moved it because, it was a little insensitive. You got the little strawberry with the little coughing, and with all the whole pandemic going on, they did the right thing by just kind of pushing it off. That I really want, pre-order that too. So I can't wait for that to come in. Anyway, I'm rambling. I think I went long enough. So I'm gonna go through these real quick, just for those, just because I want to. You can stop the video right here if you'd like. Orange box, my favorite, Restand 'em Lows. Silver box, my favorite, the Floms. Of course, they only came in high. There were actually two versions of the Floms. There was the, what is that, Lance Armstrong? Whatever. There was a version that had, like, they were black and yellow, and then, of course, they had the currency print. But I don't know actually what box area that came out in. Then, like I said, pink box, for me, with the tie-dye highs, those were my favorite. Black box, the milk cartons, so original. Gold box, the Freddies, haunted my whole life. Blue box, the Skunks, the best 420 sneakers ever. Tape box, Supreme Red Cement, everybody else's favorite. Teal box, Walk the Dogs, runner up for the best, as far as I'm concerned, runner up for the best 420 sneaker. And then Striped box, so far, because the year's not over, Strangelove, beautiful crushed, I don't even know what to call it, crushed velvet, I don't even know what to call it. All I know is the different patterns of pink just popped and made it a perfect shoe that I have not gotten. Anyway, guys, that's all I have for you today. Thanks for tuning in. See you guys soon. Mr. Gray out.